What if I told you that the guy who founded one of the most transformative companies of our generation, a company that changed how billions of people move, also became a pariah, forced out of his own creation? Travis Kalanick, a name synonymous with disruption, relentless ambition, and perhaps the ultimate cautionary tale of a founder's ego. He built Uber, a company that went from a niche black car service to a global transportation giant worth billions. But his journey wasn't just about innovation. It was a scorched earth battle against regulators, competitors, and eventually, his own company culture. Today, on Business Voyage, we're diving deep into the unstoppable rise and dramatic fall of Travis Kalanick, and asking, was he a visionary who pushed boundaries, or a ruthless leader whose own ambition consumed him? To understand Uber, you first need to understand Travis Kalanick. Born in Los Angeles in 1976, he wasn't born into tech royalty. He was a quintessential Silicon Valley dropout, leaving UCLA in 1998 to launch his first startup, Scour.com. Scour was a peer-to-peer file-sharing search engine. Think early Napster, but for everything. It was innovative, it was popular, and it was illegal. Major movie studios and record labels sued Scour for $250 billion. Yes, billion. Travis and his co-founders filed for bankruptcy in 2000. For most, that would be the end of the story. For Travis, it was just practice. But Travis wasn't deterred. He learned a crucial lesson. The infrastructure for peer-to-peer sharing was powerful, even if the content was problematic. So, he pivoted. In 2001, he founded Red Swoosh, a company that used that same P2P tech to deliver large files more efficiently for businesses. This time, it was legal. Red Swoosh was a grind. He almost ran out of money multiple times, couldn't pay his taxes, and convinced employees to work without salary. It was the ultimate test of resilience. After years of struggle, he finally sold Red Swoosh to Akamai Technologies for $23 million in 2007. He was finally a millionaire, but that wasn't the end of his hunger. The year is 2008. Travis and his friend, Garrett Camp, are at the Le Web Tech Conference in Paris. It's snowing, they can't get a cab, and it's frustrating. Garrett jokes, "What if you could just press a button and get a black car?" That simple frustration sparked an idea. Originally called Uber Cab, the vision was simple: a premium black car service, on demand, hailed from your smartphone. It was luxury, democratized. But Travis wasn't initially CEO. He was chief incubator, a mentor for Garrett's idea. The app launched in San Francisco in 2010, but it wasn't enough. Travis saw the bigger picture. He didn't just want a luxury service. He wanted to reimagine urban transport. In 2010, he took over as CEO. His vision? To make transportation as reliable as running water. And that meant massive expansion. The real game changer came in 2012 with UberX. No longer just black cars, UberX allowed anyone with a decent car to become a driver. This tapped into an enormous, flexible workforce and drastically cut prices. It unleashed an economic force that traditional taxi companies couldn't compete with. The era of the gig economy had officially begun, and Uber was at its forefront. Uber's growth was unprecedented. It wasn't just fast, it was hyper-aggressive. Travis had a playbook. Enter a new city, usually without permission, flood the market with cheap rides, and build up a massive user base before regulators could react. Then, use that public support as leverage. This ask for forgiveness, not permission. Strategy attracted billions in venture capital. Investors loved the growth. They loved the disruption. They loved the vision. But this growth came at a significant cost. Traditional taxi industries fought back, often violently. Regulators tried to shut them down. Drivers sued for employee status. Uber fought every single battle, pouring money into lobbying, legal fees, and sometimes ethically dubious tactics. This era defined Kalanick's leadership style: uncompromising, fiercely competitive, and absolutely relentless. He fostered a company culture internally dubbed principled confrontation. For Travis, obstacles weren't deterrents. They were challenges to be overcome, no matter the method. He believed Uber was doing something revolutionary, and that meant breaking a few eggs, or maybe a lot of eggs. By 2017, Uber was the most valuable private startup in the world, valued at nearly $70 billion. But beneath the surface, cracks were appearing. The aggressive, growth-at-all-costs culture, once seen as a strength, was now a liability. The dominoes began to fall in February 2017, when former Uber engineer Susan Fowler published a bombshell blog post detailing widespread sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and a culture of impunity within the company. This wasn't just a PR crisis. It exposed a deeply toxic environment. Then came a cascade of scandal, Greyball, a secret program used to identify and evade regulators. Waymo lawsuit. Google's self-driving car unit sued Uber for stealing trade secrets. The dashcam video. A recording surfaced of Kalanick belligerently arguing with an Uber driver about declining fares, showcasing his infamous temper. These weren't isolated incidents. They painted a picture of a company out of control, led by a CEO who seemed to believe the rules didn't apply to him. The principled confrontation had turned into unprincipled conduct. The pressure became immense. Employees started a #DeleteUber campaign. Major investors, concerned about the brand damage and potential impact on a planned IPO, began to push back. They started to question whether Travis Kalanick was still the right person to lead the company he had built. In June 2017, after a shareholder revolt and increasing pressure from his own board, Travis Kalanick resigned as CEO. The founder who had almost single-handedly willed Uber into existence was now being forced out of his creation. It was a dramatic, almost Shakespearean fall from grace. For a man who defined himself by his work, Kalanick's exit from Uber was a public humiliation. He remained on the board for a while, eventually selling off his remaining shares, reportedly worth billions. But his entrepreneurial drive didn't disappear. After Uber, Travis turned his focus to City Storage Systems, an investment fund that later became Cloud Kitchens. This venture aims to acquire derelict properties and turn them into ghost kitchens, or dark kitchens, facilities specifically designed for delivery-only restaurants. It's another disruptive, infrastructure-heavy business, leveraging technology to optimize a traditional industry, food service delivery. It still operates with intense secrecy and a familiar, aggressive playbook, just now out of the public eye. The valuation of Cloud Kitchens is already in the billions, proving that Kalanick's business acumen remains formidable. So, what can we learn from the epic saga of Travis Kalanick? Vision and relentless execution. Kalanick's ability to see a massive opportunity and execute with unparalleled ferocity is a blueprint for any aspiring entrepreneur. He wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo and push boundaries. Product market fit is king. Uber solved a genuine pain point for millions. If you build something people desperately need, they will flock to it, even against resistance. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. While an aggressive culture fueled Uber's early growth, it ultimately led to its biggest downfall. Ignoring internal issues and ethical boundaries can destroy a company faster than any competitor. The leader sets the tone. The art of the pivot and resilience. From Scour to Red Swoosh to Uber, Kalanick consistently learned from failure and adapted. His sheer willpower to keep building, despite setbacks, is a testament to entrepreneurial grit, the double-edged sword of ambition. Kalanick's ambition was his greatest strength and his ultimate weakness. It built an empire, but also led to his undoing. Finding that balance between drive and empathy is the true challenge of leadership. Travis Kalanick's story isn't just about ride-sharing. It's a profound look at the cost of ambition, the nature of disruption, and the fine line between visionary leadership and self-destruction. He fundamentally changed an industry, but at what price? What do you think about Travis Kalanick's journey? Was his aggressive style necessary for Uber's success, or was it inevitably going to lead to his downfall? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of tech's most controversial figures, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to Business Voyage for more untold stories of success and failure. And ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure.